Nearly 95,000 people live in Bendigo. It's a prosperous regional centre with a thriving economy. But Bendigo faces significant challenges, particularly in education. There are around 5,500 secondary students and 500 teachers in 6 schools. Schools which sometimes struggle to meet the community's expectations. School attendance is below the state average, and the retention rate is 15% below government targets. But all that's about to change.
The new schools in Bendigo will formalise the close relationship between families, neighbourhoods, communities and all level of government.
It's a great prospect. It's been really good to work with the other principals in Bendigo, with key players, regional staff, lots of meeting time. The development of our vision has been something that I think we're all very proud of.
This will bring Bendigo closer together as a community. The schools and the education department and the parents and the students will all feel part of one big community.
And I mean, teachers are at the heart of it passionate about getting the best from their students and having the best learning that's possible, as are students themselves. They want to be empowered and be asked what they want to learn and how they want to learn it.
And part of great teaching practice is working with your colleagues and planning together and thinking of some great opportunities within the curriculum.
With students' individual learning plans and the fact that we're focusing on stage-related learning, the tracking of that is very, very important. That the teachers know where students are at, that the student knows where they're at, and the Ultranet's the vehicle to do that. It's the tool where a student's program can be mapped out.
If this is what happens, then these kids and people, just everyone can experience what I've experienced. I'm so happy about the improvement that I've made.
In 2005, work began on a plan that will transform education in Bendigo. The Bendigo Education Plan outlines how schools will work together to improve education for all students. The plan focuses on student engagement in learning through effective teaching and access to an increased range of subjects. Through this, retention and attendance will be improved, creating better outcomes for the community, teachers, parents, and, above all, students. 3 of the 5 existing schools for years 7 to 10 will be merged to form 2 new schools. The plan will result in 4 new schools rebuilt on existing sites. But they won't simply be remodelling the old schools. This isn't a renovation, it's a rethink, a new, much more effective approach. Here's how it'll work. Groups of 100 students form a neighbourhood. 2 or 3 neighbourhoods form a learning community. 4 learning communities form a school with between 800 to 1,200 students. Each learning community will have its own learning areas, as well as specialist areas that'll be available to the whole school. There'll be spaces for students to work on their own or in groups of any size. The new schools will accommodate all ways of learning, such as independent study, group work, technology-based learning, student performances and presentations, learning by doing and building. It's more than infrastructure. The Bendigo Education Plan is a philosophy that focuses on the individual needs of students, the stage they're at, not just their age. It's a new approach based on personalised and active learning, supported by teachers who'll form strong relationships with students and establish high expectations and rigour around student tasks. A shift from traditional passive learning, where students sit in classrooms with little choice about what they'll do, to a system in which students will be engaged and negotiate their own progress toward their goals. Bendigo has some of the best teachers in the state. The new plan will allow them to work to their fullest capacity. They'll work in teams, in flexible spaces, driving their own professional development, using data and reflecting on each other's practice. The plan will move from a traditional teaching model to one that's more contemporary and which will achieve better outcomes. Our children are our future. If we don't provide them with the best education, they won't reach their potential, which will have consequences for them and for the state. This plan will help the children of Bendigo achieve their goals. And ours.
So if we can get a great teacher in every classroom, we can create the same educational opportunity for every student. And that's the aim of the Bendigo Education Plan. It's the opportunity to actually create the conditions for that to happen. And to do it all together with 5 schools working together means that we can share the journey and we can create the intense professional will around that journey that is difficult to create in single schools.